Number one, how to run two apps at one time. Let's say you're watching a YouTube video or you're on the YouTube app and you want to watch that video, but you also want to do something else at the same time. Maybe scroll through Amazon or check your text messages. Well, take two fingers and just swipe up from the bottom. And this will throw you right into the multi-window option. And I can now select an app to run alongside YouTube. Let's pick, for the sake of this, let's pick our messages. And now I can pick this YouTube video, I can let it play, and I can go through and I can reply to someone's text message. I can also take the phone and rotate it in the landscape position like this. You can also switch the apps just by tapping the three dots in the middle and tapping on the arrows, and that'll switch and put whatever's on the left on the right. You can also tap on the three dots and tap on the star. You can save this to your home screen. So guess what? If you want to run those same two apps later, now you don't have to go through that process again. You can tap on the app pairing right here and it will put those two both right in a split screen. Now, there are a few things you need to have enabled on your phone to be able to do this. So let's swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're going to swipe up to the advanced features and go to multi-window. And from here, make sure swipe for split screen is enabled. This is important. Next, you'll want to turn on, go to multi-window for all apps right here and enable this feature. And so that way, just about every app that you try to do this with, it should work. And that's how you run two apps at one time. Now, if you got value out of that, make sure you bump that like button down below. Next, I want to show you how to add a video to your lock screen to get this really cool effect. Check this out. When I unlock my phone, I have this video that's going to show. So let me show you how to do this. I'm just going to swipe through to unlock the phone. You want to go to your gallery app and hold down on the video. Tap on the three dots in the bottom right corner and just simply hit set as a wallpaper, just like that. And then it will ask you where you want to set it, and we'll set it as our lock screen, and that's it. Now sometimes it will ask you to edit the video if the video is too long. So this is what will pop up, and you'll have to hit the trim button at the bottom, and you'll have to simply just make the video a bit shorter, maybe 10 seconds, and then hit done. And then they'll give you a preview of what it looks like, and then you hit the done button in the upper right corner. And now that's going to be our new wallpaper. Next, I want to show you how to use the new Gemini built-in assistant. Simply by holding down on the home button for 1 second, this will launch Gemini. Now you'll need to, the first time, hit try now, because by default the phone is set to Google Assistant, and you can do more with Gemini. So to try Gemini, you need to simply hit try now. It'll take you to this screen. It'll give you sort of a, here's a breakdown. You're switching from Google Assistant to Gemini. Here are some of the things that you can do: create custom images, write emails, post, and more, make learning easy, set alarms, timers, reminders, and you can actually talk with your assistant back and forth. And I'm going to show you how to do that right after. So we're going to hit switch, hit more, hit use Gemini, and this is what it looks like. Now this is the main app here. But if I just hold the home button, now that I've made the switch, when I hit the home button and hold it for 1 second, it's going to launch the assistant, and I can begin to ask it to do things like this. How do I plant an orange tree?
Planting an orange tree can be a rewarding experience. Here's a breakdown of the key steps to ensure your tree thrives. 1.
So one of the things that's cool is that it'll come up with an answer for you, and then it will talk you through it, and you can talk back and forth with the assistant. So it's right now explaining to me everything that it's showing, and maybe I have a follow-up question. I can simply tap the microphone and just keep talking. Where can I get the orange seeds?
It's important to understand that growing orange trees from seeds can be a bit more complex than growing them from grafted saplings.
Can I just take an orange from the store and just take the seeds out and plant those?
Yes, you can absolutely take seeds from a store-bought orange and attempt to grow a tree.
So that's just a preview of what you can do. And so just imagine the questions and different things that you wonder throughout the day or things you want to do. You can just hold your home button, launch the assistant, and ask these more detailed questions. You can also ask it to do simple functions on the phone, like this is the one that I use probably almost every day because I'm constantly doing laundry at the house. Can you set an alarm for 70 minutes? Or excuse me, set a timer for 70 minutes.
Right, 70 minutes, starting now.
So just like that, when I put my laundry in the the machine, I will just say, hey, set a timer for 70 minutes, and I walk out, and I know my phone's gonna let me know when it's time to switch. So there's a lot of utility in Gemini, and you can use it for asking questions and learning new things, or just doing basic functions on your phone as well. So, okay, next I wanna show you how to launch the camera no matter what's happening. Something quick happens and you wanna take a picture of it, you can simply tap your power button 2 times, just like this, and it'll automatically launch the camera. So you never ever have to miss any important moments now that you're using what is called the quick launch camera. Now this will also work if the phone is off, or excuse me, if the phone is asleep. So right now the phone is asleep, you can see the screen is dim, but if I double tap the power button, it's gonna wake up the phone and take me right to the camera and allow me to start taking pictures. This also works if you're in an app. Maybe you're doing something totally different. You're on Google Chrome, you're reading an article, and oh, something happens. Double tap. Oh, let me make sure I tap properly. Double tap, it'll take you out of the app and right into the camera. So this is a really convenient feature, and I've been using this for years. Now, some of you might say, I don't use the camera very much. I wish I could have that launch something else. Well, you can do that actually. So watch this. If we swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again and tap on the second button, which is your power menu button. This will take us here, and we're gonna tap on these side button settings. And from here, you can change the double press from launching the camera to launching any app of your choice. So it'll now give us a list of all the apps on the phone. Some of you might say, I'd much rather have it launch Google Maps because I'm often on the road and going new places. So guess what? Now it's set to Google Maps. I double tap the power button, it's gonna take me right to Maps. So you can program that button to launch whatever app you want. It's a very convenient feature. I personally love it launching the camera, but do what makes the most sense for you and how you use your phone. Okay, next I want to show you a feature that this trick could probably save your life in the event of an emergency, but you have to know about it and you have to have it set up. So this is the emergency mode, and the way this works is you're going to tap the power button 5 times to trigger the emergency mode, just like this. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll automatically take you here, and you can basically swipe up to call 911. But there are a bunch of other features you can have enabled along with this, and that's what I want to show you how to set up. You're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, and in the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're going to swipe up to safety and emergency. And here's where we need to plug in our medical information, our emergency contacts, and enable some other features so that if there is an emergency, you can actually trigger this feature and it will work and really benefit you. So starting with medical information, hit confirm. Here you'll want to put in your name, any medical conditions you have, like for example, if you have low blood sugar or you're anemic. Same thing, your blood type, any allergies, current medications, your weight, your height, date of birth. Because what's going to happen is once you enable this emergency mode, this information is going to show on the screen of your phone. That way it'll help a medical person assist you properly, especially if you have, like for myself, if you have a allergic reaction to penicillin. Those are things that are really great for an EMT to know when they're trying to care for you. So you want to plug all this information in so that when you trigger the emergency SOS mode, this will show up on your phone screen. That's the first thing. The next thing is you want to set your emergency contacts. You want to go in and actually add, so just hit add emergency contact, so that what happens is when you trigger the emergency mode, it's going to send a ping to those contacts and tell them, hey, I'm in trouble. And this could be hey, I'm in the middle of an earthquake, or hey, my blood sugar's low, I didn't eat, I'm about to pass out. And what the phone is going to do is it's going to ping them your location. It's going to start recording a few seconds of audio, and it's going to start recording some video from the cameras, and it will send all that information to your emergency contacts so that now they know your exact GPS location, what was surrounding you, and they have some information to go on to try to find you and help you. So this is a super helpful feature. Now, this is another feature you want to enable: share during emergency calls and texts. And it basically says send your location to contacts and your medical information. So you'll want to check this box here and agree so that your information will be sent when you trigger that SOS feature. Okay, now there's some other things in here. I would tell you to go in and read each section, and some of them may not be relevant, but obviously answer what is relevant. So when you do launch that feature, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you swiping up is what is going to enable the feature. You see, like that. Okay, now let me turn this off. Now, so that's the gist of how the emergency mode works. And I definitely encourage you guys to set this up because this could save your life in the event of an emergency. If you're getting value out of the video so far, make sure you stop and bump that like button down below. Again, it helps to this video to perform better in the YouTube algorithm and to be shared out to more people, and it definitely benefits me, so I appreciate you doing that. Also, if you're planning to add more storage to your A16, I have a video on how to add a memory card so you can add more storage and get more space. I'll link that video right here, and I also link on screen here a recommendation of a really good memory card for you to add more space. All right. Okay, next I want to show you how to enable the one-handed mode. And if you notice, this is, a really tall phone, and it can be a little hard to hold just because it's so tall, right? So trying to reach to the top, you have to basically reach really high to get to the top of the screen here. Well, you can go into the settings and enable the one-handed mode, and it'll make the phone easier to use with one hand. Simply swipe down from the top of the screen. Let's go back to our settings. And from here, we're going to go back to advanced features and enable one-handed mode, just like that. And we're going to tap. There's two ways to do this. There's a gesture option and there's a button option. I'm going to show you both, and you decide which option would work better for you. You can swipe down from the home button just like this, and that will enable it. Let me show you again. So home button is here. I'm just swiping down over the button, and it'll shrink the screen down and make it easier for you to reach the phone and do all the things you would normally do. So that's the one-handed mode. And you can actually throw it back and forth to the left and right just like this. But essentially it makes everything just a little bit easier to reach. Now when you're all done with one-handed mode and you want to get out of it, just tap anywhere on the outside of this screen here, so like this little outside blue area, and that will bring it back to the full size. Now let's go back here. We can also change it to a button combination, and the button combination will launch just by tapping the home button 2 times like this. Tap it twice and it will shrink the screen down the same way. So figure out what makes more sense for you, and that's just a nice feature to enable to make it easier to reach all corners of the phone. The phone tends to be harder to use when you're just trying to use it with one hand, maybe something's in your other hand, so just great feature to know about. Okay, next I want to show you how to share really large files or lots of files at one time. Okay, so maybe you've taken a video on your phone, maybe your kid had a recital or something and you want to send it out to family, but guess what? The file is too large for you to send as a text or an email. This happens very frequently. So what you're going to do is find a video, tap on the share button right here, and then tap on the quick share button. Now, one disclaimer, some of you might have pressed the quick share button and you don't have this option, or the screen might be telling you to sign into your Samsung account. You do need to be signed up for the Samsung account, which is totally free. You need to be signed up for that and sign into it in order to use this feature. If not, it won't allow you to do this. So just keep that in mind. If that pop-up comes up, it's safe, and take a few seconds and just sign up for a Samsung account. Now, Here, you'll want to tap on QR code or link, and essentially it's going to give you a shareable link that you can send out. No one really uses the QR code, but the copy URL is the easiest way. So it's going to give you a shareable link that you can then send out to anyone. Right now I'm going to go to my email app, and I'm just going to paste that into an email. Now the link should show up right here above your keyboard, but if it doesn't, just simply long press on the screen for 1 second, tap on paste, and there's our link. And you put in the information and just send it out. Now anyone that has that link, this is what they're going to see. Let's go to Chrome. Let's paste that link. There it is, and hit go. And basically this is the video file right here. So there you go. It's super easy for you to watch it right from there, and you can also download that link as well. So this is the easiest way to send really large files at one time. Now you can do more than just one file, so we can go back and go to our gallery, and I can select multiple files to be sent at one time. Long press on one file, and then it will bring up this option, and you can either check the box for more, or you can hit the all button to select all the pictures at one time and videos. Hit share, quick share, QR code or link, and there we have a new shareable link that we can send out. Now that link is only going to be live for, I want to say, 48 hours, so it does expire. So when you send it out to people, let them know, hey, this is the video from so-and-so event. You have 48 hours to download it, and you can see all the pictures and the videos. So this is a super easy way to just share out those files. You don't have to worry about the text messaging limit in terms of sending pictures or the limit on email. Just send a file. I want to say the cap is 2 gigabytes. So you can send a lot of pictures and a lot of videos at one time. Okay, next I want to show you how to hide apps on your home screen. Let's swipe over first. This is the app I want to hide. Maybe I want to let my kids use the phone, but I don't want them to have access to the Play Store because I don't want them downloading any new apps. I'm going to hold down the home screen for 1 second. I'm going to go to the settings wheel in the bottom right corner, and then I'm going to go to hide apps on home and app screens. And here I'm going to go up and go to Play Store, hit done. Now, if I go to the home screen, that app is gone. If I swipe up, the Play Store app is not in the Google folder. It's nowhere. It's hidden. So this is a really easy way to hide apps that you don't want certain people to have access to. Especially if you're trying to childproof this phone for your kids. There is a very extensive way to childproof the phone, and then there's this way, which is a little bit easier. You can just simply hide all the apps that you don't want them to have access to. Now, the problem with this method is if they stumble onto this, long pressing and then settings and then hide apps, they could just unhide the app. So for older kids, I wouldn't recommend this method because they'll probably find it at some point. But for younger kids, this is a very easy way to just hide apps you don't want them to have access to. Okay. Now, speaking of kids, there also is a mode called Kids Mode that is built into the phone, and it's great for passing the phone to like your 5-year-old or your 4-year-old. You can totally push them into this partition mode of the phone where they have no access to any of your pictures, videos, they can't call anyone, but they have fun things that they can do. And I want to show you how to enable that feature. So swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. Next, tap on the pencil at the top of the screen here. And you're going to tap on Edit under Full. Now, there are these shortcuts that you're going to see at the top of the screen here. Now, there are more shortcuts available, but these are the main 12 that Samsung has pre-selected. But you can change that order just by swiping through this bottom list here. And you'll notice on the second page, there's one called Kids. So if we hold down on Kids and we drag this up, we can drop it right at the top of the screen here. You can also go through here and you might find some other really important ones like Secure Folder. Drag that up here. And as you keep adding more, it will create more pages. So watch this. I swipe down again, and now I can swipe to the left and I have another page of shortcuts. So let's tap on Kids. this will take you into what is called Samsung Kids. Hit continue, and you'll basically set a PIN code that you have to enter in order for the kids to get out of this mode. So this is how you protect it. I'm just going to make it 4 zeros. Next, we'll allow it to send notifications, and essentially this is what Samsung Kids looks like. If your kid, if you just need to pass them your phone for a few minutes, this is all they're going to have access to play with. Now this is really fun because look, they have a camera, they have a gallery, they do have a phone that you can download. You can add a browser. You don't have to add all these, but some of these things you can add. You can also come up to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots here, and you can go to add and edit apps, and you can add more apps for your kids to use. So maybe, for example, you have Netflix Kids, or excuse me, you have YouTube Kids, and you want to add that in here as well. Now that we've gone to the add and edit section, I can hit this plus. And here I can go through and I only have the regular YouTube, so I'm going to add that for now. But you can obviously go later to the Play Store and you can download other apps, and maybe like a PBS Kids app, or some of the other learning apps like ABC Mouse. You can download those and then you can add them to this section. So essentially you're controlling every single thing they have access to. Now, if there's an app that's on the screen that you don't want them to be able to use, you can simply remove it. But a lot of these are very fun and harmless apps that will allow the kids to just have fun. Now, maybe this My Browser, maybe you say, I'd rather them not have access to it. If you notice, every time you tap one, you have to actually hit install for it to add. So just keep that in mind. You want to tap each one and you want to install it, or your kid's not going to be able to use it. Let's download that one too. So all in all, this is a really fun feature that as a parent with young kids, I'll tell you, it makes it so much easier to be able to pass them my phone in the kids mode section and know that they're not going to butt dial anyone. They're not going to look at anything they're not supposed to look at. They're not going to delete anything that they're not supposed to look at. They are in a safe place where I can, do whatever I need to do and know that my phone is taken care of and they're safe as well. So to get out of it, if I hit the home button, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. If I hit the back button, it's going to ask me to put in my parental code. And then once the right code is entered, then it will take me out of that section. So that is the Samsung Kids app, a very, very useful app for you parents. Definitely encourage you to download that one. Lastly, I want to show you how to track your steps with your phone using the Samsung Health app. So if you swipe up, go to the Samsung folder and open Health. This is a really great app that helps you with tracking your activity, your health, your fitness. And all you have to do is open the app and just accept the quick terms and conditions. And there's a really cool widget you can download to use with this. There we go. So it's just that quick. The app is set up. Now give it permission for our alarms and reminders. Now watch this. I'm gonna swipe up, Now once you set up the app, you wanna hold down the home screen, go to widgets, and you have a daily activity widget you can add, which is really cool. And this will kind of show you how you're doing with staying active. That's one thing. Next, hold down the home screen, go back to widgets, and swipe all the way up to health. And you have a step tracker and a sleep tracker. Now watch, let's hold down on step tracker and let's add that to the screen. And now this is going to track your activity. Now it mainly tracks when you're holding your phone and you're moving. Now the cool thing is Samsung also makes this smartwatch called the Samsung Fit 3. And this links right up with that Samsung Health app. And this will help you to get an even more accurate read on your steps, because this will obviously always be on your wrist, whereas sometimes you do put your phone down. Now, if you are looking for something to help you track your steps, help you to be a little more active and give you some motivation, this is a great option to consider. Now, this is only $59.99 right now, and this will track your steps. It'll track the weather, your heart rate. You can have it track your water. It'll track your workouts as well and let you know you know, how many, you know, your distance and different things like that. You can also set it to give you notifications. So if you get a text message or a call on your phone, you can check it on your watch first and see if it's important enough to have to go to your phone and look at it. So I'm going to link this on screen right here. This is a really fun smartwatch that just is a great complement to this phone, and it's a very inexpensive price, so definitely encourage you to check it out. You really might like it. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you guys found this helpful. If it was, bump that like button down below. I'm going to link to my playlist. I have a lot of other videos on the Samsung Galaxy A16. So if you want to continue to learn and watch more informative tutorial videos like this, check out that playlist right here. You'll also find another really helpful video right here. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. It's another way of showing support for the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.